Hey, it's Mr. Johns. I was thinking maybe I should start a series called Random Thoughts by Mr. Johns. I actually won't, so you're welcome. But this morning, that's what's on my mind is a random thought. So I'm on Hulu, and this is definitely a random thought, but it's a programming thing. And so those of you who are interested in computer programming, either just because or you're in my technology or computer science classes, this is an example of how computer programming will never go away. It will always be an important skill, and that if you're interested, you can definitely pursue a money making career in that area, or you can just learn some skills that can do some important things in the world. So, not that Hulu is an important thing in the world, but here's an example. So, I'm looking through some documentaries, trying to find something reasonably interesting to listen to while I'm doing some computer work. And so, let's just say I pick up Escape to Alcatraz, and I'm like, I want to know more. I don't want to play it, so I just click off the arrow, which may not be any different. It doesn't look like it, but I'm going to go ahead and click it. So it takes me to a page where now I can, read a little bit more about it. Okay, it tells me this is what it's about. Do I want to watch it? No, I don't. So I close the menu. What it does is it takes me back to the main Hulu menu. I was in this documentaries section. Right? So now I have to go back into View More, and then where I was, by the way, was View More, A to Z, View All. So I'm looking at every single Hulu documentary. All right, this one I actually started watching this morning. I wasn't really interested. But again, let's try something different. Let's click on the three dots, and let's go to Details. All right, so is it kind of the same thing? Looks like it. So I want to know, okay, does this look like something? Here's more details. Is it any different? Not really. Episodes. Okay, so I'm not interested. Close. It takes me totally out of the section I was in, which requires me to go back into documentaries, view more, scroll down, A to Z, and then guess what? A to Z. I have to go back where I was. Now, this is a programming failure. It's an example of how important programming is. And I think we all run into these things all the time, and we don't really give a lot of thought to it. It's just frustrating. It's just a programming thing. So whoever programs the Hulu search page could do a little bit better job, so that after I look at something and I don't like it and I want to close it, it takes me exactly back to where I was, so I can continue not only in the section of A to Z documentaries, but they should be able to put me where I was alphabetically. It's not that difficult. So this time, let's try something different. Instead of closing, maybe I'm supposed to click on the back arrow. So yes, so that's what it did. But guess what? It still took me to the very top. So let me just scroll down. Let me just scroll down a ways, and I'll click on Big Men. Big Men. And I'm going to say, yeah, no, not what I'm interested in. Back arrow. Guess what? Top of the A to Z. So I've got to scroll all the way back down to the B's where I was. If I was at the Y's, I'd have to wait a couple lines to load, scroll down, load, scroll down, load. How much of a pain is that? It's just a programming thing. So definitely a random thought by Mr. Johns, but it's an example how even Hulu, I don't know, billion-dollar company who has professional programmers on board full time, I'm sure, is dropping the ball. Whether programming could be improved by just little things that you could learn in a computer science class on how an arrow, what it means is go back to where you were, not just go back to some predetermined spot that they think you should go back to. So anyway, interesting thought. I thought to myself this morning, and if you ever come across something like that, let me know. I would love to see what kind of programming errors or things that you find that could be improved on in your world. Random thought, Mr. Johns, out.